Hi, my name is Liz Manashil, and I'm the writer-director of Speed of Life.
Liz, what's your favorite color?
Black like my soul.
Love that. What is your first beverage of the morning?
Coffee.
Cream or sugar?
None. No.
Zero.
Or like a true Angelino, like some soy milk, some almond milk,
1%.
Yeah, exactly. Just real pretentious stuff.
Good. Good. Speed of Light. What is it about?
Our film is about what would happen if David Bowie's death created a wormhole in someone's living room.
Were you a David Bowie fan growing up? Trick question.
Of course. I think we're all David Bowie fans. I'm not like one of those diehard fans. I don't have a cool David Bowie tattoo. I don't have like his poster on my wall. But when he died, I was profoundly affected. And so that's how I came about to writing this whole thing in the first place.
Now, I did read a little bit of the trailers of it, so I'm dying to see it because I can't figure it out, which is a good thing. But it sounds like it could be a science fiction / murder mystery / love story.
It's I'm calling it a sci-fi dramedy. And that's just because it's not all the way sci-fi, and all I write are dramedies. It's a dramedy with a wormhole.
Yeah, any film with a wormhole is a friend of mine.
Okay,
all right. Now, I know this is, I think, your second feature film. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's my second feature.
Bread and Butter was, by any standard, as I read, economically, at the box office, people touting it, a very much success.
It was. I think when you say it's a success, it becomes a success. Like, who's going to brand it or give me the seal of approval? I don't know, but I've been telling people it's a success, so it is.
Well, from what I've read, it is absolutely. The process of creating, writing, directing that piece, how much of an assistance was it with this piece?
Major assistance. It was my first feature, and I was terrified the entire time. And I could make Speed of Life knowing that at least I've done it once before.
Right. Best thing that happened during the process of writing and directing this film?
Finishing. I hate being on set. I'm like one of the very rare directors who hates production. So just bragging and telling people that I finished my second feature is really what I do this whole thing for.
Biggest thing the indies have, and I know you dealt with this, is funding your film. Smallest budget you've had to work with thus far?
Both my budgets were around the same, about $100K, and that's. I'm shocked that I even was able to gather that amount of money, but it's a very small budget for a feature, so we got a lot done for that amount.
Boy, in Bread and Butter alone, you had some pretty good talent in that. You would think that would have soaked up the cost, but I also read that, as you've said, actors want to act, and they love good pieces, and oftentimes they're amenable to that.
Absolutely, and I just ask people. I've been rejected by actors over and over again. The cast that showed up in this film, I'm incredibly grateful for and would be my first choice, absolutely, but there were some people who said no, and I think you just have to keep on asking until you find that perfect teammate.
Now, I believe you're writer-director of the film, right? How hard is it to be the writer and director, having to kind of not self-edit the film as you go? Is that tricky?
It's really hard. In fact, usually I walk out at certain points of the screening because I find some of the writing really expositional, but I couldn't see that when I was writing it. I could only see it in post-production when I was directing. It's hard to see the forest from the trees when you're doing both roles.
Once we come out of this film today, what would you like to see or hear or know once this film is debuted here?
It's all about audience reaction. So we played this film in Los Angeles last week, and I had friends reach out and they told me that they cried. And normally you don't want to make anyone cry, but I was really proud of myself that this film had impacted someone emotionally in that way. So for me, it's the one-on-one impact with the audience, and I'm just hoping people like it.
Well, I'm sure they will. Thank you so much for taking the time out to hang out with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Shout out to David Bowie.
Woohoo!